Hey y'all, good evening. This is Niecy Lynn. I hope y'all are having a good night tonight. I hope you're not broiling like we are down here in Texas still. Having a hard time getting in my fall decorating because it is so dang hot still, but maybe it'll cool off. We're about 10 degrees hotter than we normally should be, even for us. But I want to show you all my FFOs. I want to say thank you so much to the International Flosstube FFO weekend because it was a big push for me and it got me really moving, and I got a lot of finishes done, and I am going to show you all those tonight and show you what I'm working on, the little bit of haul I've got. I got a little bit more coming because I do have a lot of finishes here, and let you see what I've got coming. And a huge thank you to Priscilla and Chelsea because I was able to finish off something that would have cost me probably $120 to have professionally framed. One of my long light bird pieces would have been really expensive to frame it, and I was able to find a way to fix it and get it framed for a lot less expensive. I think it probably cost me 20 bucks to get it done. I'll show you it in a few minutes, and just a lot of fun. And I got some ornaments done. So first, I guess we will start with whips. So I only have one whip right now. I am not good. I am really a monogamous stitcher, and I'm trying to get better at stitching more than one thing at a time. Y'all all have so much fun with all these different projects going at once, and it's super fun looking. So I'm gonna try to get better at that. I love looking at all the things y'all have going, and I think it enables you to change up when you get tired of working on one thing. So I'm hoping I will get to be a lot better at changing things up. But right now I only have one thing working, and it is, let's see here, from the 2017 Halloween issue. And it is let's see the name of this little jobber. I don't want to show the chart. Is Pumpkin Harvest by Samplers Not Forgotten. And I'm just using some things I have. Let me see here if I can get it to show it. That orange is a Romy's Creation Rusted, and I had it left over from the Witchy Tea Time in the background there. When I stitched it, I ordered my linen and the Romy's Creation Rusted from Primitive Hair, and it is what I had left over, and it's such a fun color. So I changed the color of my fence because down here everybody has brown fences. I guess other places people have white fences, but down here everybody stains their fences brown. So I stained my fences brown, and I'm gonna do my little truck, this little color right here. It's 4030. It's just some DMC that I had, and then here's that Romy's Creation Rusted, and you can see it's just it's like a real medium orange, and then it just has some gray in it. So it's a really neat color to use. So when I finish him up, I think I may give him as a present to my daddy and make the truck look like the 67 Ford my daddy had when I was a little girl. I may do it off-white on the bottom because he had one that was kind of turquoise on the top, turquoise baby bluish, and then it had ecru on the bottom. So I think I'm going to finish it up and give that piece to my daddy, and as a little present. He's super sentimental. And then this is the only finish that I don't have fully finished right now. it needs a little vine and some berries or some little blooms. I'm either gonna do a vine and some French knots or some Smyrna crosses, like little, I don't know, but it's just a little pumpkin. I don't know if you can see it, I'll try to scooch in. A little pumpkin with an alphabet in it. There. And it's one of the DMC variation, maybe 4130, 4128 is that orangey reddy color. And then and I don't remember what that blue-gray is. I'll try to remember. I'm gonna try to put notes on this video. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to learn as I go. Like, that's bad, I know. Y'all have to bear with me. I'm not good at this. I have no technology skills. My kids have mad technology skills. I had no technology skills at all. But we are going to now go into all of these fun finishes. Fun finishes that I'm so excited to show y'all. And I did them all super. I really tried to see how inexpensively I could do them, because I have spent a fortune on framing over the years. Framing is so expensive. You can spend so much money framing. And a lot of my little fun pieces, I don't want to spend a fortune on. I mean, yes, sometimes you will stitch your magnet. I mean, it's like an opus, right? I mean, you will want to stitch your Gone with the Wind, okay? But every piece isn't. It's just a little fun piece, and you don't want to spend a fortune framing it. So, and I don't want to stuff it. I don't want everything in a little pillow or a pin tuck. Some things fine. They're too big for an ornament. So, really, thanks again. And when I did these, Vanna, I have watched your videos. I have watched and watched. And if y'all could have seen me set up at my little Vonnaville, my husband had to work late. The grandbabies were gone. I had all my little things, all the little things were set up. I had my little Vonnaville all situated. My little water cup with my paintbrush. I had my Aleene's glue laying on the side. And that stuff worked like a charm. Here again, whoever you are, Aleene, I am sorry I did not know you're the queen. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. So here we go. We'll start with No House Without a Mouse, Blackbird design. And here it is. I had it, just some Aida that I had in my stash. I stitched it several years ago. I mean, it may even say on here. I usually put the year somewhere. There's DLW 2016. So this poor baby has been sitting here since 2016 with no home, because I did not want to spend to frame him, and then had the house on the market and I didn't want to dig things out. So this is just got the little magnets, Priscilla. Got little washers on here, got little magnets on here. This is just a little chalkboard, super cheap. It was from Walmart. The rickrack is to cover it had little holes, but it was turned the wrong way, right? So it could hang like this. And I am not a lot of froof on my needlework. I don't want a lot of bows or flowers, or I worked at the flower shop for years and years and had to have a lot of big bows. I've made bows for people's cars, brand new cars, so I've made bows giant, and I don't need a lot of froof on my needlework. So I didn't want a big bow. So the rickrack covers those little holes on there. So here again, this little guy here, and Y'all are gonna laugh. I could not find the exact plaid that I wanted right here. Y'all, I went down to the thrift store. I found a man's plaid shirt. If you think I didn't bring that thing home, run it through the washing machine and iron it and cut it to pieces, you are wrong. I did. I sure did. Shamelessly. Shamelessly. Because it was just the right colors. Then we have the Witchy Boutique. Here is Pickle Barrel Designs. Can you see this little guy? It is in this year's, I believe it's in this year's Just Cross Stitch magazine, the Halloween issue. It is so cute. Here again, I got some fabric and just trimmed it around with a sticky board. Then there is a little piece of trim, black green trim around there. It's just got little magnets on the back and felt on here. This is I think it was, well, let me see. It was $4.99 regularly at the Kroger's in my town, and it was on sale, I think $3.50. It regularly looked like this, but it was the right size. So it became home for my Witchy Boutique. And here again, the rickrack covers the holes that were in the other place to hang it up with. Work like a charm. Work like a charm for me anyway. And this is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, Which Better Have My Candy. So cute. Y'all, this is so cute. Love, love, love it. It's another shirt. I love this little micro dot and everything I found. This little design is just so dainty, and everything I found was eating this design up. I mean, the pattern of all the fabric was so much bigger than I wanted. And I was in the thrift store and there was a women's blouse with this little micro dot. And I thought that will be perfect. So it has the little black trim around it. I had some green pom-pom trim and yellow pom-pom trim that I put around it. And I really felt like it just took away from my design. It just took away from the design of the piece and the stitching. And I didn't want that. I wanted the piece to just speak for itself. And we've talked about this. I heard people ask on so many different floss tubes. I do always, here are my initials right there. And then I always manage to squeeze the year in somewhere, but I'm old and my glasses are on somewhere with it. And then the year is right under it. So somewhere on all my pieces, I get my initials and the year, because if I don't, my husband pointed it out years ago and he goes nuts if it's not on there. But here again, this, oh, I meant to leave the tag on. This is just a little thing from Walmart. I think it was like $4. It was like nothing. And I just painted the front part, but I left the back part necky so y'all can see what it looked like there. I mean, it was so inexpensive. And here again, it's just felted, magneted, and then this little, it's just a little metal piece, so it just already sticks right on. It doesn't even have to have the washer, so that little dude just sits right up and is ready to go. And it is just, that piece this year is so cute. It is one of my favorites. Maybe my favorite piece this year. I do have Halloween hoopla coming, and I'm gonna stitch it for two of my girls for Halloween. And I think it may end up being my favorite piece because that broom is so cute. That broom is so cute. Now, I think all or most of these ornaments that I'm fixing to show, I think most of them came out of this magazine, possibly. I am not sure, but I believe that a lot of them either came out of this issue or the 2016. So either the 2017 or 2016 Halloween issue, a lot of these ornaments that I'm fixing to show came out of those magazines. So this one, and I wish I knew the designers. I tried to flip through and find some of them, but I didn't. This guy here, he is so cute. That design, whoever you are a genius. It is fabulous. It's just on some old hanger I had in my stash. I just tea-dyed it with some threads I had in my stash. I believe it's just with one thread. So 1/1 on 22 count hanger. It's with all DMC, and it is the cutest thing. It's just like this on the back. I will tell you that I don't know if you can see this. I did here in between my stitched piece and my backing board. I put my loop. On subsequent ornaments that I did, I realized I did not like that, and I put my loop in between my felt backing. And I will show you, let me pick up one that I did that way on this next guy. Okay, here we go. Okay, I will show you this next one, you'll see why. I'll show you why. This guy here again, this is a genius design. It is so cute. It has the satin stitches and some other things that I really love. Just some rickrack trim. But I put the loop back here in between my rickrack trim, my stitch piece, and the felt. This way, if I ever want to put him on an easel, I can just take a little straight pin and pin him back or flap him back behind the easel, and you don't see the loop, okay? I'm never going to be able to hide that on the other, I think there's 2 or 3 that I did that way. In future, I will always put my loop in between my felt piece and my backer board, not between my stitching and my backing board, because I don't want him to, if I ever want to display him on an easel, see, you can see that little ribbon right there, and I don't like it, and I wish that I had not have done it. And there's a little thing I need to trim off right there, but live and learn. I won't do it again. There's 2 or 3 of them that I did that way. This piece I stitched. This was this experiment piece when I did it, and it has some Smyrna crosses, I think. Yeah, and several things. Just here again, some Ada from my stash that I had from years ago. And I tried tea-dyeing the whole piece. I did it a couple years back. So you can see how it kind of muted everything. I've heard people ask on some of the other floss tubes what happens if you do the whole piece. And you can see it does really mute down all the colors. There was no white on here actually, but it does just kind of fade the whole piece together. You can see also I got off when I was putting it on the board. I got off right here, so you can see. Ugh. Ugh. Oh well. This guy here, I love these little satin stitch pumpkins. They are so cute. I here again used the little microfiber dot around him. I tried I had several pieces of plaid, but the design is so small, the plaid just ate it up, and it just has some little jute. I just put some little jute trim that I had, just a piece of jute around the outside, and I like that around there. But the I didn't like, I thought I would love the plaid that I put around No House Without a Mouse, but it just chewed that design up with that big design on the fabric. I did not like that one bit. This little, I call it black work. I don't know if that's a name. I want to say this is a Liz, maybe a Liz Almond, maybe. It is a beautiful design, but it is just, here again, I want to say this may be Rust Hardanger out of a million-year-old stash that I had. And it is just so cute. Little tiny, tiny little pumpkin. And the design is just beautiful. If you design that, way to go. It's so sweet. It just has little, I just put a little piece of felt to cover my ugly bit on the back, because those are gonna hang on a little ornament tree if it ever gets cool enough around here for me to hang them up, maybe someday. And these are not my typical design, but they were so cute that I just could not when I did these. These, because they're not my typical design, they are little cutesy things. I did put a little bow on these little girls. And they are so, and these may be, I cannot think of her name all of a sudden. But they are just adorable little, there's 3 of them. Just these little tiny witchy girls. And I just did. They're not perfect, I'm not that worried about it. Oh man, come on. I don't know why it's not focusing right here, but oh well. And then this is the last little third girl of that group. She's right here, and I think she's my favorite with that little bright red hair. So cute. I thought I'd get a red-headed kid, and I didn't. Married a red-headed man to get a red-headed kid, and I didn't get one. My sister-in-law married a blonde-headed man and got a red-headed kid. There is no justice in this world. I'm going to tell you that right now. No justice. And then I have my 4 little blackbird stockings. And y'all are going to laugh, because this is what happens when you don't have the pattern anymore. So I just free-handed what I thought the pattern for the stockings was look like. And they are all different sizes and shapes, and that's okay. And I forgot I don't like fiddly bits on the little hangers here. So doing that little beadwork. So these little guys here are just, they are so cute. But the little hangers are a little bit for me, and I just used some little black check homespun on them there. And the design does not, it doesn't have this across the top, but that's what I did to seam it down there. And I'll just try to get him a little closer. He's so cute though. These are Blackbird designs are just geniuses. They're so beautiful. This one, the hanger is so much floppier. I forgot that you have to loop around your last bead to tighten it up till I'd finished this one, and then I remembered. And he is, I don't know if you can see him. And these, like I said, I think this is on some, I don't know if I was playing around and dyed this or if I bought this even weave somewhere. I'm not sure. But these 2 turned out tiny. This was before I figured out how to get the pattern quite right. So this one's so very small. And he was so small that the beads even look crazy on him. So he just has a little piece of orange jute up there, and then he has this backing on him because he didn't have, the other didn't really go with him very much. But he has, and this is that Romy's Creation Rusted is what the Halloween word is here on him also. But these are just the cutest things. I think I have the whole set of them. When I finally get all my stitching unpacked, I will get them done because they are just genius. Just so, so cute. I don't know if I can get it up closer without cutting parts of them off. But they are so, so fabulous. And I just stitch them by hand. I don't, my sewing machine skills I can't do this that tiny and precise. I'm afraid I'll sew over my stitches and yike. This guy here is, this is the Be Thankful. And I showed it, and this is much more froofy than I usually do. Here, you can see him. But I'm going to, I have a red wood farmer's toolbox that I'm going to put him on the side of. And I just love those white pumpkins. They were so beautiful. And this is the one that I did not leave myself any space on at all. So I had to change the design up on the top because I started stitching on the wrong piece of fabric. So I don't know if you can see that I had to change the design up, and I just barely got it turned under, but I made it. Hallelujah. But that design is so pretty. But after I had stitched those white pumpkins, I had also bought Hey There Pumpkin, and I think it's a hands-on design. So cute, and it was stitched on, I think Jack's Rum was the fabric it called for, and I had some yellow that I had dyed. But after those white pumpkins, I didn't really want to stitch any more white ones. So I had seen this little guy at Joann's, and he was just like, you know, this. And he was on sale, and he was like super cheap, like a couple of dollars. And so instead of painting him white with a brown stem like I was going to, I decided to paint him orange. And he just has his magnets on there. And then I changed, yikes, sorry guys, my pumpkins to different oranges. I didn't want to do another set of white pumpkins back to back, and then I just moved some of my colors around. So I'll try to scooch in on them a little bit. This is another shirt cut to pieces, and then just the washers on there. But I think this one, my daughter said this one's her favorite. She just really liked the way this little guy turned out with the brown plaid and the greens. And I may put a few berries or something around his stem when it all comes down to it. This one is the one that has held this whole thing up. This guy here, this big giant, oh my gosh, this big gigantic blackbird designs here. And I'm gonna have to leave way back to get him in. He's Halloween Eve, and I've had him stitched. Like I said, I love him, but I did not want, it would have probably been 120 bucks, in all fairness, to have him framed. And that's in a very simple, nothing fancy. I mean, y'all know the drill. And I just did not want to spend that on framing him. He's beautiful, he's fabulous, but he's just for fun. I mean, I didn't want to do it. I just didn't. So, and I was also not, I did not figure out how to cut all the boards yet. So this is just mat board. I just cut mat board like I've done in the past. And then it's just got magnets on the back. And he is definitely not perfect, but I did finally find at my Joann's, yesterday or the day before this big welcome sign. And I left the tag on in case anybody else is looking for this thing. And I think he's like 60% off right now. And I don't know if it will focus on it ever or not. So you can get the SKU number off of it. But it is just a big welcome sign. And then I just made a big bow because it's a little bit off and a little bit of the white paint was showing. So the white paint, I had to do something to cover the last itty bits of the white paint there. So I think, let me push this down a little bit and you can see that it, oh, I gotta scooch it up a little bit. Eek, eek. Okay, so it was, I think $15 to finish this off, and it's all done instead of $120. So that worked out great. I could not be happier with that finish. And one last finish that I had finished before, but it is an FFO. It was, I did pay to have this one framed. It is the my baby son's wedding sampler. So it is here, and I forgot to bring the chart. I will try to remember to put it in the notes who it is. I made some changes to it, and it has some mistakes in it that I can even see from here, but I hope they love it. And I enjoyed stitching it, and I will get that to them and this week. So I picked it up this last week. It was ready at the room, so I did pay to have that framed. So my husband just came in from work, so I'm going to jump off of here, and I will put all the thanks to the people that I forgot. Farm Girl, I hope your husband is feeling better. And Stitches in the Barn, when I have to stitch that big bobblehead snowman, it's going to be your fault because it is so cute. But I will jump off of here, and I hope you'll have a great evening. Thanks. Enjoy your stitching. Bye.